Hi students, good morning. So in the previous session already we have completed 12 mark question. Again in this session we can take one more question for that related to 12 marks. So already we have got the question. So all of you observe the question once. So here the Mandya Sugar Company Limited issued 40,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. So here the Mandya Sugar Company actually they are issuing 40,000 equity shares. 40,000 equity shares at a cost price of rupees 10 per each. And the premium of rupees 2 per share. Again in this company they are collecting premium amount. They are collecting rupees 2 per share on premium. Is it right? Total they are issuing 40,000 equity shares at a cost price of rupees 10 per each and rupees 2 per premium. So the amount was payable as follows. Now we need to collect from the public 12 rupees from each share. So here the amounts were calculating on the different stages by way of an application process. At the time of application, on application rupees 2 rupees. At the time of application time actually we are collecting rupees 2. Again on allotment time we are collecting rupees 6. In this 6 rupees including premium also, right? The premium, so already in the beginning only they are specified the premium amount rupees 2. Out of 6 rupees, 2 rupees premium is the remaining balance 4 per allotment. Is it right? 4 rupees on allotment, 2 rupees on premium amount. 2 plus 4, total 6. This is what allotment time we are collecting. Again, rupees 4 on first and final call. At the time of first and final call time, we are collecting rupees 4 from each share. So, these are the 3 stages for the collection of share capital from the public. Again, the next line, all the shares were subscribed. The public has subscribed all the shares and the money was duly received. We are receiving all the money except the first and final call or except at the time of first and final call and 2000 shares. At the time of first and final call, we are not receiving out of 2000 shares amount. Is it right? Except the first and final call are 2000 shares and these shares were forfeited. So out of these 2000 shares were forfeited by the directors of the company. On the company directors, they are forfeited these shares because of the 2000 shares were unpaid. They are not paid. That's why these shares were forfeited and reissued them rupees 8 per share. So out of these 2000 shares, we are reissuing at a cost price of rupees 8 per share as fully paid up. So this is what necessary information regarding the question. Finally, we need to pass the necessary journal entries related to the question. So everyone got the question? This is what question. Now we can start the journal entries. Before the going journal entries, first we have to take some calculations. So this calculation it is helpful at the time of passing the necessary journal entries. So here all of you observe the calculation part. So here calculation for share capital. Now we are calculating share capital. So issued shares. Actually the company they are issuing 40,000 shares, right? 40,000 shares into 10 per share means we will get 4 lakhs rupees from the public. And subscribed shares. The public have subscribed all the shares. So here 40,000 shares into 10 per share means we will get 4 lakhs rupees. Issued shares, whatever the issued shares, whatever the shares are issued by the company, and that all the shares the public have subscribed. There is no under subscription as well as there is no over subscription. This is what related to the shares are issued at par only. So issued at par when there is a premium. And at the time of application time, now we need to collect 4 lakhs rupees from the public, right? In this 4 lakhs rupees we are collecting on the different stages. We have option to collect this capital from the public. At the time of application, on application time, 40,000 shares into 2 rupees from each share we are collecting. 40,000 into 2 means we will get 80,000 rupees. This is what first stage. Next one on allotment. At the time of allotment time, actually rupees 6, right? So in these 6 rupees including premium also. So premium is 2 rupees in the beginning they are specified. So 6 minus 2, 4 rupees. 4 rupees. 40,000 into 4 means we will get 1,60,000. These 1,60,000 we are collecting by the way of allotment process. And on premium At the time of premium, 40,000 shares into 2 per share. We are collecting rupees 2 from each share, right? This is what premium amount. This amount 40,000 shares into 2 per share means 80,000 rupees we will get by the way of premium. And finally, on first and final call, 40,000 shares into 4 per share. At the time of first and final call, 40,000 into 4 per share means we will receive 1,60,000 rupees. So this is what calculations are related to the journal entries. Now make it total. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 4, 12 rupees. Right? Actually the value of each share should be 10 rupees. But premium 2 rupees, right? 10 plus 2, 12 rupees. So now we are collecting 12 rupees from each share because of the company shares are user demand in the society. That's why we are collecting more than the actual value of shares. So this is what calculations are related to the question. Now we can pass the necessary journal entries. For the journal entry, first you have to apply the format. In that format, including date, particulars, LF, JF, LF column, debit as well as credit column. These columns are necessary to this format. And have taken like journal entries in the books of Mandya Sugar Company Limited. This is what headline. The headline must and should we need to write. So here the first one, the first share it is related to application, right? For that application money received, by the way, if issuing shares, we are receiving the first stage. It is application, right? Application process. For that receipt of applications, the journal entry. For that receipt is nothing but bank account. Bank account data. How much amount we are receiving by the way of application process? So total 40,000 shares, right? 40,000 shares into 2 per share means 40,000 into 2 means we will get 80,000 rupees. I done 80,000. Bank account data 2. We are receiving by the way of equity share applications only. Bank account data 2. Equity share application account. Equity share by the, we can write by the way of E bar S. Equity share application account. The amounts are 80,000 in that credit column. This is what first entry for the receipt of application money. Bank account data to equity share application account. So now we need to give the narration about this transaction. The narration being application money received on being application money received on 40,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. The narration being application money received on 40,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. This is what narration about the transaction for that receipt of application money. The first entry finished. The second one, whatever the application money received by the firm, in this application money, now we need to transfer to share capital account. The second entry for transfer. Equity share application account data to how much amount we are transferring? 80,000 rupees. Whatever the amount we have received, and that amount we need to transfer 80,000. Equity share application account data to equity share capital account. The amounts are 80,000 in the credit side. This is what second entry for the transfer of application money. Equity share application account data to equity share capital account. Right? So for this entry, now we need to write the narration. The narration being application money transfer to share capital account. The narration being application money transfer to share capital account. This is what second entry for the transfer of application money to the share capital account. The first entry related to for that application money received. Second entry for that application money transfer to share capital account. So these are two entries are related to application process. For the first entry for that application money received. Second entry for application money transfer. These are the two entries for the first stage on application. I hope all of you understand these two stages. Okay, I mean two entries for the first stage. The next stage it is related to for that allotment process. For that allotment again we need to give two entries. The next one for that allotment means the first entry related to for that allotment money due. Second entry for allotment money received. The third entry equity share allotment account data to equity share allotment account data to. In this question there is a premium, right? Now we need to write the premium entry. Equity share allotment account data to securities premium account. Securities premium account to equity share capital account. This is what entry equity share allotment account data to securities premium account to equity share capital account. So now we need to enter the values whatever the amounts received at the time of application, I mean allotment time. So here the first entry for that allotment process due. Whatever the amount due, and that amount we need to enter. By the way of securities premium, we need to receive rupees 2 from each share, right? 40,000 shares into 2 per share. 4 2s are 80,000 rupees on securities premium. 2 means in the credit stage you have to write 80,000. Right? At the time of allotment time, the total amounts are 6 rupees, right? So out of 6 rupees including premium also. So 6 minus 2, 2 rupees this was premium. 6 minus 2 remaining balance 4 rupees on allotment. So 4 rupees into number of shares are 40,000 shares. So this is calculations already we are calculated in the beginning. So 40,000 shares into 4 per share. 40,000 into 4. 1,60,000 rupees we are collecting by the way of we need to collect at the time of allotment. Is it right? So now make it total 1,60,000 plus 80,000. The total 2,40,000 rupees we need to receive at the time of allotment. So this is what calculation amount. For the premium, whatever the values we are calculated in the beginning, under premium we can record in the credit column. Except premium, the remaining allotment amount we can record in the credit side. 80,000 plus 60,000, 2,40,000 rupees. This is the total amount due. So now we can write the narration about this transaction. Now we need to give brief explanation about the transaction. Being allotment money due on allotment money due on 40,000 shares at rupees 6 per share including premium. So, being allotment money due on 40,000 shares at rupees 6 per share including premium. In the 6 rupees including premium amount also. The premium amounts are 2 rupees, right? So 6 minus 2, 4 rupees. 4 rupees, this is what allotment. This is what the third entry for that allotment money due. The next one for the receipt of allotment money. The next fourth entry for receipt, for received. Receiving nothing but bank account. Bank account data 2,40,000. In this total amount we need to receive. We are receiving now 2,40,000. Bank account data to equity share allotment account. Bank account data to equity share allotment account in the have to write in the credit side 2,40,000 rupees. Right? Bank account data to equity share allotment account. The narration being allotment money received. Being allotment money received. This is what fourth entry for that receipt of allotment money. Right? First entry for allotment money due, next entry for received. So as of now we have finished two stages. The first stage regarding application, second stage regarding allotment. The next stage is related to call. That call first and final call. Okay. The next entry for the first and final call money due. Fifth entry. Equity share first and final call account letter. At the time of first and final call, we need to receive 4 rupees from each share, right? 40,000 shares into 4 per share. 40,000 into 4. 4 for 60, 1,60,000 rupees. equity share first and final call account entered to equity share capital account 1,60,000. Right? At the time of first and final call money due, the entry equity share first and final call account entered to equity share capital account. Now we need to give the narration. Being first and final call money due on being first and final call money due on 40,000 shares at ₹4 per share. Being first and final call money due on 40,000 shares at ₹4 per share. This is what fifth entry for that first and final call money due. The next entry for that first and final call money received. Sixth entry for receipt of first and final call money. The entry bank account data to equity share first and final call account. Bank account data to equity share first and final call account. Actually here, so here they are receiving all the money except the first and final call and 2,000 shares, right? At the time of first and final call, we are not receiving 2,000 shares amount, right? In that question they are specified all the money was duly received except the first and final call and 2,000 shares. Out of 40,000, 2,000 shares amount we are not receiving. The remaining actual balances are 40,000 minus 2,000 shares, 38,000 shares. 38,000 shares into 4 per share we are receiving at the time of first and final call. Got it? So at the time of first and final call we are not receiving 2,000 shares. These 2,000 shares we need to deduct total number of shares. So 40,000 total shares minus 2,000, 38,000 shares. 38,000 into 4 per share means we will get 1,52,000. 38,000 into 4. You have to multiply. 38,000 into 4 means we will get 1,52,000. We are receiving 1,50,000 only. Actually, the receivable amounts are 1,60,000, but we are receiving 1,52,000 only because of we are not receiving 2,000 shares amount at the time of first and final call. Now, you have to read the narration. The first and final call money received on 38,000 shares at ₹4 per share. At ₹4 per share. This is what entry for the receipt of first and final call money. Bank account data to equity share first and final call. Is it right? As of now we are finished 3 stages. Application, allotment as well as call. On that call including first and final call. These are the 6 entries for the different stages. Again, in the next entries are related to for that forfeiture of shares. Right? The next entry related to forfeiture of shares. Now we can give the next entries. The next entries are related to shares were forfeited.
Sir, not coming. Why, sir?
Just wait, ma. Okay, up to here we have finished 3 stages, right? For that application, for that allotment as well as call. The next entries were related to shares were forfeited, right? The next 7th entry, equity share capital account data, equity share capital account data to equity share forfeited account or forfeited shares account. Forfeited shares account to share first and final call account. Equity share first and final call account.
Sir, not coming. Why, sir?
So here the last 2 entries we can write simultaneously. In the beginning, equity share capital account data to equity share first and final call account to forfeiture account. So as equity share capital account data to forfeited shares account to share first and final call account. Is it right? So this is what entry for that shares were forfeited. Now we need to calculate the values. So here the total number of forfeited shares are 2000 shares, right? Actually 2000 shares amount we are not receiving. So we have to take 2000 shares. 2000 shares into, in the beginning the value of each share should be rupees 10, right? 2000 into 10 have to multiply. 2000 into 10.
Not coming. Why, sir?
2000 into 10. Mute your audio, man. 2000 into 10 means we will get 20,000 rupees. Right? Again, at the time of first and final call, only we are not receiving these 2000 shares amount. Right? 2000 shares into, at the time of first and final call, the value of each share should be rupees 4. So 2000 into 4. 8,000 rupees we are not receiving at the time of first and final call. So the value of each share should be 10 rupees. We are not receiving rupees 4. And the remaining balance 10 minus 4, 6 rupees, right? These 6 rupees, 2 rupees on application, 4 rupees on allotment. 2 plus 4, 6 rupees. This is what already paid up capital. Already the company has received rupees 6 for each share. Right? 2000 into 6. 2000 into 6 you have to multiply now. Even easily you can calculate simultaneously. 20,000 minus 8,000 is you will get 12,000 rupees. Or 10 minus 4, 6. So 6,000 into 2,000 is you will get 12,000 rupees. These 12,000 rupees already paid up capital. Already the company has received by the way of these 2,000 shares. So this is what entry for that forfeiture of shares. Now we need to give the narration about this transaction. Being 2000 shares were forfeited. Being 2000 shares were forfeited for the non-payment on first and final call. This is what narration about this transaction. Being 2000 shares were forfeited for the non-payment on first and final call. This is what narration about the transaction. Whatever the shares amount we are not received, on the shares only we are calculated in the seventh entry. These shares we can call as forfeited shares. So here after that this entry, the shares were forfeited, right? So the company directors they are decided to reissue these forfeited shares to those who are really interested to on that prospective buyers we can reissue. So the company directors they are decided to reissue at a cost price of rupees 8 per share as fully paid up. They are reissuing, right? For reissuing means we will get capital from those shares. The next entry, 8th entry. Bank account data. Forfeited shares account data 2. Equity share capital account. This is what next entry. For the next entry means forfeited shares were reissued. They are reissuing, right? At what price they are reissuing? At a cost price of rupees 8 per share they are reissuing. Now we need to calculate that reissued cost. The reissued shares are 2000 shares. 2000 shares into the reissued cost should be 8 per share. 2000 into 8, you have to multiply, you will get 16,000 rupees. 2000 into 8, they are issuing at a cost price of rupees 8 per share. But now, in the beginning the value of each share should be 10 rupees. Now they are reissuing 8 rupees only, right? I mean they are getting rupees 2 on each share, they are getting last on rupees 2 from each share, right? So 10 minus 8, 2. These are 2000 shares into 2%. This is what debiting capital. I mean this is loss to the business organization. So 2000 minus 2000 into 2. You have to multiply 2 to the 4. We will get 4000 rupees. 10 minus 8, 2 rupees. This is what total loss on these forfeited shares when they are reissuing. Again, so in the credit side, 8 us to 10. So 2000 into 10 means we will get 20,000 rupees. Even though we can calculate it directly, 16,000 plus 4,000 means we will get 20,000 rupees. We can calculate simultaneously or alternatively in the different method. So this is what entry for the reissuing of forfeited shares. Now we need to give the narration. Being 2000 forfeited shares were reissued. Being 2000 forfeited shares were reissued at a cost price of rupees 8% as fully paid up. This is what narration about this transaction. Being 2000 forfeited shares were reissued. Whatever the shares are forfeited in the business, on these 2000 forfeited shares, all the forfeited shares they are reissuing. Suppose only 1000 shares were reissued means on the day we can take only 1000. But in this company, I mean Mandya Sugar Company, they are decided to reissue all the forfeited shares. So all the shares means 2000. So being 2000 forfeited shares were reissued at a cost price of rupees 8 per share as fully paid up. So when they are reissuing means at the time they are collecting all the capital from the public, those who are purchased on these forfeited shares. This is what 8th entry for the reissue of forfeited shares. The next and last entry, whatever the forfeited profit on forfeited shares, either profit or loss on that forfeited share balance, we need to transfer to capital reserve account. So here, in these both the compound entries, each entry it will carry 2 marks. So in that single entry carry 1 marks, compound entry carry 2 marks. Third entry, again 7th and 8th entry, these 3 entries carry 2 marks from each entries. The next entry for the profit and forfeited shares, transfer to capital reserve account, right? The entry forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. Forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. This is what last entry, right? Forfeited shares account data to capital reserve account. So now we need to calculate the values. So here already forfeited. I mean 7th entry forfeited shares take 12,000 rupees, right? So we take 12,000. When they are reissuing these shares and then they are getting forfeited shares debit balance of rupees 4,000 rupees, right? You have to deduct 4,000. So 2 minus by. So here 12,000 minus 4,000. 12,000 these got already paid up capital out of these shares. So when they are reissuing, already they are getting 4,000 rupees last, right? 12,000 these were profit, already paid up capital. 12,000 minus 4,000. The remaining balance should be 8,000 rupees, right? By the way of reissuing these shares, they are not getting any loss, they are getting only profit only, right? So this profit we are transferring to capital reserve account. So 2 minus by, this is what calculation for each and every question. So like this only we can calculate these balances. Finally, we need to give the narration being profit on forfeited shares transfer to capital reserve account. Transfer to capital reserve account. So finally the last narration, being profit and forfeited shares, the whatever the balance on profit on forfeited shares, these balance we can transfer to capital reserve account. This is what last entry for the profit and transfer to capital reserve account. Panu? So in the last 3 entries, including shares were forfeited, again whatever the forfeited shares in the business or that forfeited shares were reissued, and the forfeited share capital amount transferred to capital reserve account. This is what last 3 entries for the reissue of forfeited shares. So I thought everyone got the solution for this question. So again have to solve once again these questions in your home. Thank you, students.